When people see Kirby, they see a small pink ball, adorable and innocent, a gaming character created for young children, a lightweight no one needs to fear, no one except enemies who steal his food. But sometimes our senses fail us and we're not able to see the truth. Because Kirby isn't innocent and adorable. In fact, he's merciless and unpredictable. Kirby isn't just a simple small ball, he's one of the most dangerous fighting machines in gaming history. And he is clearly no lightweight. No, Kirby is the pink Chuck Norris. But it took Kirby a long time to evolve from a simple ball to one of the most famous action heroes. During this time, Kirby trained his body and his mind. He fought against enemies and he fought against his own terrible past. This is the story of how Kirby got the strength to win all the difficult fights in his life. The story of Kirby. So you ready? Let's do this! Our story of Kirby starts in Kirby's room on an ordinary day in spring 1992. At this time, Kirby was a nobody, an average pink ball, and the only thing that distinguished him from millions of other pink balls was his strong will. Because every morning, immediately after he got up, Kirby started to train. He went to his dumbbells and sucked them in. He went to his pull-up bar and sucked it in. He even swallowed his entire cross trainer. Kirby knew how important training was for his dream of becoming a famous action hero. In 1992, he often imagined that one day he would master special skills like hammer attacks, stone attacks, final cutters, or the ultra sword move. Kirby was sure that when this day had come, every gaming company would want to publish a fighting game starring him. But in 1992, Kirby's only skill was to suck enemies in and spit them out, so the only offer that Kirby got was an offer from HAL Laboratory to play the main role in a Game Boy Adventure for young children called Kirbys Dreamland. This two-dimensional platformer was far away from being a fighting game. In fact, it was a game about a villain named King Dedede who stole all the food of Dreamland. But Kirby decided to take the role anyway, and he didn't regret his decision, because Kirbys Dreamland sold over 5 million copies and made him famous overnight. So famous that only 1 year later, HAL Laboratory made a sequel with Kirby for the NES named Kirbys Adventure. But even though this game was intended for young children again, it gave Kirby more space to show his fighting skills. In Kirbys Adventure, Kirby inspired the audience with his new copy ability, an ability that allowed him to copy superpowers from his enemies by inhaling them. For the first time, Kirby was able to transform into a rock, a tornado, and he was able to burn or freeze his enemies. But Kirby's most impressing copy abilities were the ones he got from swallowing the mini-bosses. Yes, Kirby acquired a lot of great fighting skills in his second game, and with Kirbys Pinball Land, our pink ball went another little step in the right direction, because in this game Kirby could show the audience his unpredictability and wildness, and Kirby enjoyed the feeling of being a fast ball so much that he gladly accepted a role in a golf game for the Super NES soon afterwards, Kirbys Dream Course. But then, in the middle of the 90s, Kirby got a little impatient. Why didn't he get any offers for a fighting game? Why were gaming companies still not convinced? Had he not been terrifying enough? So Kirby played the main role in Kirbys Dreamland 2 once again and showed gaming companies how his fighting skills had improved since his debut, and he also did Kirbys Block Ball, a breakout clone in which he used the title screen to present his strong, muscular body. But all of that didn't help. Kirby still got no interesting offers, so 5 years after his first appearance, Kirby hadn't come a single step closer to his dream, and at this time, Kirby realized what his problem was. It was his look. During the 90s, gaming companies searched for tough-looking fighting characters, like Ken Masters, an alpha male with a giant ego, or Zangief, a patriotic Russian fighter with a very impressive body. They gave attractive young women a chance, like Chun-Li or Cammy. They even hired a sumo ringer. But no company at this time was interested in a tiny fluffy ball, especially when this ball was pink. So Kirby had to admit, he was simply not the kind of guy companies wanted to see in their fighting game. And it wasn't even his fault. Kirby had exceeded his own wildest dreams. But society was still not ready for a pink fighter. So Kirby had to admit to himself as well that his dreams would probably never come true. This truth hurt badly, but Kirby did what every fighting character in his position would do. He decided to suppress the pain. He told himself that his dreams didn't matter, and then he started to work like an animal. First he did Kirby's Toy Box, a collection of 8 minigames. Then he did Kirby Superstar, a game that once again included 8 games in one. In this classic game, Kirby fought against a giant bird, raced against King Dedede, destroyed a battleship, traveled across 9 planets and did Kirbys Dreamland again. But when he finished it, Kirby didn't rest. No, he made a puzzle game named Kirbys Star Stacker and the third part of Kirbys Dreamland for the Super NES. Only then, Kirby realized that he might have a problem. Not only did he work far too much at that time, Kirby also worried that he suffered from an eating disorder. In fact, Kirby was pretty sure that his excessive eating behavior had something to do with his broken dream. For a long time, Kirby refused to visit a psychiatrist, but after having swallowed nearly all inhabitants of Dreamland for the 3rd time, Kirby had to admit that he needed professional help. Luckily, Kirby knew a psychiatrist who specialized in mental disorders of gaming characters, a psychiatrist who had already treated King Dedede's kleptomania and the deep depressions of Wispy Woods. This man was Dr. Sigmund. During their first session, Dr. Sigmund hypnotized Kirby so that the pink ball was able to remember long-forgotten childhood memories. The first thing Kirby remembered was that his creator, Masahiro Sakurai, hadn't believed in him at first. He hadn't even wanted him to become a real game character. Sakurai had created Kirby just as a simple placeholder for other characters. Then, Kirby remembered another painful memory, the long-standing conflict between the two most important people of his childhood, his creator Sakurai and Nintendo developer Shigeru Miyamoto. Miyamoto wanted Kirby to be yellow, but Sakurai insisted on the color pink. And because of this continuing conflict, Kirby had no idea to which color he truly belonged during his early childhood. So no wonder poor Kirby felt a strong desire to fight during his whole life. But did that mean that his dream of becoming an action hero was just a compensation for his terrible childhood? To figure this out, Dr. Sigmund showed Kirby a series of ink blots. Kirby looked at them carefully. He paid attention to every detail, and the more ink blots he saw, the stronger Kirby was convinced that becoming a fighting character was no strategy of compensation. It was his ultimate goal in life. So after the therapy, Kirby knew exactly what he had to do. He had to stand up and fight for his rights. So Kirby told HAL Laboratory that until he got a role in a fighting game, he would do no other games for them. Then he went into a hunger strike. First, HAL Laboratory didn't take him seriously. They thought Kirby couldn't live a day without swallowing Waddle-Dees. But after Kirby had kept up his strike for nearly 2 years, HAL Laboratory gave up and offered him a role in Super Smash Bros., Kirby's first fighting game. It was a historical moment when Kirby entered the fighting arena as the first pink ball ever in history. A moment that gave millions of small gaming characters all over the world hope. Kirby proved everything is possible in the gaming universe. You just have to work hard, believe in your dreams and fight. Fight harder than you ever fought before. With his first appearance in Smash Bros., Kirby's life changed for the better. He was finally able to punch, roll and hit everything like he always wanted to. Kirby even managed to make peace with HAL Laboratory and accepted to play roles in more childlike games in the future. As long as they ensured him that he would stay part of the Super Smash Bros. Cast.